Okay, so you know what? I have a complaint. Before Colton gets back, I'm going to take the time right now to talk to you directly because I have a bone to pick. And I know you're surprised because I never complain about anything. So I have heard from multiple sources, mostly women, some men, but that's, Colton doesn't care about that. I've heard from them that Colton has a sexier voice. Now that makes me mad. You know why? Because I think that I sound sexy
just the way that I am. What is going on? Why does my voice sound so sexy now? Ooh, you know what? I sound a little bit like Colteezy. Let me say something that'll get the ladies all excited. Hey, girl. I won't call you back. Get out of my house. Ooh, I wonder if there's something I could say that he would never say. Like this. I would just like to take this time to tell Colton how much I truly love and admire him. I've looked up to him since day one. He's my best friend. I would never, ever, ever be able to reach the heights that I have in my life and in my career if it wasn't for Colton. Thank you so much. Now, would Colton ever say something like that? No. But now that I have his voice, I can say whatever I want. And ladies, my phone number is 469.
Welcome to the Really Randumb Podcast with Colton Pettyjohn and Drew Bolden. That good enough, guys? Can you untie me now, please? You said you'd let me go.
Hey, welcome into the Really Randumb Podcast. I'm Colton Pettyjohn. That's Drew Bolden.
What's up,
and
baby boy?
Here we go.
That's right,
God.
dude. Come on now.
Dude.
The headbands are where it is.
The color?
Yeah?
I'm not going to lie. I'm colorblind, so I know shit about shit. But your color scheme right now is vibrant and hella delicious. If I do say so myself.
Come on. Hey, so earlier I felt a lot sexier, but now I've went back to how I felt before.
What are you talking about?
Less sexy. I don't know. Maybe if you watch the very beginning of this episode, but so yeah, real quick, since you talked about my colors, thank you. It's so if you're not watching for some reason, you're only listening to only
so sexy.
What?
Dang it!
Is going on?
Hey, I'm on Body Reds right now, and I'm on the verge of. So I need something to keep me going.
I'm gonna go ahead and block that out.
I'm getting a little
sexy.
Anyways, Body Red Bull.
That light seems so much closer now, but you know what? If it's in the shot, I don't care. Is it in the shot? You already looked, didn't you?
I have no idea.
Cool. So, are you sure it's not? If it is, I don't know. All of you can kiss us. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Okay, I'll look.
Yeah, go. How drunk are you already?
I'm not.
All right, that's good. That's good. Welcome back.
There we go.
So, did you make sure the light wasn't in the frame?
No.
Will you check real quick? Okay, so also I love your headband. That's one of my headbands, but you look freaking good. And the hoodie on top. So you're going for sexiest voice on the podcast. Now you're going for sexiest sexy on the podcast.
I cannot get the sexiest sexy.
Thank you.
Because look at that little curly Q right there.
I know.
That's hot, man.
Should we just this be our first OnlyFans where we just start going at it?
I was going to say, can you block this out, what I'm about to say?
Yeah, I can.
I was just going to say, are we going to spend the whole episode... Because I feel like we're just back and forth like, no, you're hot. No, you're hot.
No, you're hotter.
No, take your shirt off.
No, take your dick out. Hey, so I heard that wearing your mask not over your nose is like wearing your shorts with your dick out. Because if that's a thing, why haven't we been doing the dick thing?
That's true.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know if I can.
As you know, if you watched the last episode, which most of you probably have because that's one of our most viewed episodes.
Thank you for thank you for all the love on that, and we are feeling much better as you may have observed. So thank you.
But I bought these masks online. They're little Mavericks masks, and I didn't realize that they came in different sizes.
Oh,
I thought you just buy it and one size fits all. I've been told several times, reassured several times after crying, that size doesn't matter.
Oh,
so
I get it.
I thought that these were going to be good enough. But if you can see... Well, I mean, even with the headphones on, you can't even put them on. They're so freaking small. And my nose is so big that when I put this on, you can see it like stretching out.
Oh, yeah, it's crying for help.
This is so stretched out that this material has all these holes, so it's doing nothing.
It's doing absolutely nothing, and we're spreading COVID. I mean, we're not even leaving anyway. So, I mean, you went to go pick something up, but you were in the car. So
yeah, we're not really leaving still at this point.
Amazon Fresh is perfect.
It's great. And also, I want to do a quick shout out to my brother and his girlfriend, Jasmine.
Yes, we love you guys so much.
They're the best. They've many times asked if we need help, and we keep saying no. And then out of nowhere, he sent us an Amazon Fresh gift card.
$69. That was hilarious.
It was awesome. I really do appreciate that.
They're wonderful people.
Real quick, for everyone that reached out and wanted to help and said, hey, is there anything I can do for you? I again appreciate it, but you clearly didn't watch the whole episode.
Yeah, you bitches.
We several times on the episode said we're tired of people reaching out. Like, we appreciate the sentiment, but we don't like people reaching out to us. And then we posted the video at 8, like we do every Monday morning, and at around 9:30. You and I both were put in several group text messages from people that watch the podcast asking how we're doing. And I was like, you didn't watch the freaking episode!
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they watched it. I think they saw the title and they were like, oh, goodness. Well, I don't want to watch this because it sucks.
Yeah, clearly.
And then Nick put us in a group chat.
Nick, Mark. I love both of them.
Well, Mark is selfish because he goes, hey, I have it too. I don't care about y'all. Just kidding, Mark. You're not watching this anyway, so go f*** yourself, buddy.
Oh. Well,
Good old Tark Mordak. Just kidding. Love you, buddy. Hope you're feeling better. And miss you. Want to kiss you. He also, like I said, he also has COVID, so he is dying, and that's okay as long as we aren't. So anyway, you mentioned this earlier, and I want to kind of give a shout out to where I got this stuff from. So if you're not
Overwatch,
watching,
right?
Yeah, and what character?
Mayhem.
Yep. No.
That's not a character?
No, it's a team.
That's okay. Hold on. Hold on. No.
Yeah.
Doomfist.
Oh, wow.
No. I got another one. I got another one.
Black Lives Matter, buddy. I'm glad you didn't mention Doomfist. He's black.
Yeah.
What? I know. They do, though.
They do. BLM. Black Lives Matter. Let's keep that going. Let's talk about the game. I'm trying to think of... I know other characters from the game.
Yeah, you do.
Mercy.
Oh, she's hot.
Mercy. Lamborghini, Mercy. Your chick, she gonna jerk. I don't want to say that.
Your chick is gonna eat Caribbean jerk with me.
There you go.
That was the whitest thing I've ever done after we talked about Black Lives Matter.
Who's the High Noon guy?
Oh, you know it.
Wesley Snipes.
No.
I don't know
Black
why
Lives Matter, though. So that would be cool for Wesley Snipes to play McCree.
Snipes. Well, he's got the 6 shooters, right?
Okay, anyway.
McCree.
Yes.
I know his name.
That. Okay.
They don't know.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. Anyway, so if you're watching, I have a Florida Mayhem jersey. Now, I know what you're thinking, all right? You live in Fort Worth. Well, guess what? There's no team in Fort Worth, so I went to
we live in Texas.
Anyway, so we live in Texas, and anyway, so there's I love the Overwatch League. I'm a huge Overwatch player and a big old nerd. I wore my Diva shirt, according to Colton, even though it's Zarya a couple episodes ago.
Zarya! That's a big bitch. Damn,
We've
dude,
never
I'm just going on.
What? Okay, we are drunk. No, so anyway, I want to shout out my boy Pax, and this dude I've known for about 3-4 years now. I met him on Xbox Live because I can't meet friends in real life. Mm-hmm. We actually met where? that orgy.
Farmersonly.com.
Farmersorgy.com. And the best and the best
Farmersorgy.com.
That's gotta be a thing. I'll look that up later. But anyway, I want to shout out again my boy Pax. I won't even turn on incognito. So I'm gonna look up on your computer. And he is actually the official streamer for the Florida Mayhem on console. So he was a streamer for Mixer. Mixer is a gaming streaming service. Yeah. And then you can do other stuff too. But they're shutting down, so he's moving over to Twitch. And I just want to give him a big shout out. It's twitch.tv/Paxmanize. He is sexy. He's tall. He's like 6'5". So I'm pissed. Yeah, I think he's like 6'4", but you know.
Either way.
Hey, I gave him an inch.
6'3", 6'2", 6'1", 6 period. I'll take any of that. Man,
I'll take 6 periods. No, but anyway, thank you. His real name is Andrew, but he goes by AJ. But it's weird calling him by his name because I've known him as Paxmanize, but I call him Pax. Pax with fries, whatever. Anyway, he got me this jersey super discounted, and I'm super grateful for it because I love like the pink, the blue, and the black and the white. It's like the Miami Vice colors, and they're from Florida, so they're the best color scheme ever, other than light blue, navy, and white, which we have for our logo. I feel like I'm drudging on, so let me do this real quick. Give my boy a follow, twitch.tv/Paxmanize. Sorry, I just touched you there.
No, you're good. Dude, he's
show him some love.
Yeah, he's been awesome, super supportive. He's posted
and he got me this cup.
Hell holder. Yeah.
What is it? Koozie,
yeah.
And it's front and back. Sides.
That's badass.
I would say reversible, but it's not.
But he's been super supportive of us, so I'm glad we can shout him out. He's posted some of our stuff on his story on Instagram and stuff like that. So Pax, appreciate you, man. You're awesome.
You the man. Also, again,
I wish I was good at Overwatch or even cared about video games because I would jump on.
You played it once. And also, we had been in contact with Pax, so we are now a official sponsor of his streams. So anytime he does a tournament for charity or something like that, he will have our logo down there because we paid him some money to put us up there. Yeah. And by paying him money, I mean it was sexual favors.
Oh, okay.
But also real quick, the back of this jersey, if you don't know what my last name is, Boldy or Bolden, but look at this. Can you even see it?
Get down. Bring it. There you go. I can't.
Sorry, dude.
Ow!
Oh no!
I hit this and it hit the microphone and then it just like amplified in my ear.
Colton's gonna die anyway. Pax, my boy, AJ, Andrew. Thank you, buddy.
Love you, man.
Appreciate it. But that's. I just wanted to hug him.
I don't want to meet him in real life, to be honest.
Well, yeah,
it's nothing against him, but it's nothing against him. But it's the same thing with when we met our buddy Woody from Australia.
I love Woody.
He's a big boy. And so when we took a picture next to him, I looked like he was about to cradle me. And I was going to breastfeed off of him.
Well, he kind of cradled our butts.
He did.
Not kind of. He got in there.
Yeah.
So, almost said AJ again. So, Woody, thank you for my first sexual encounter in my whole life. I was like 19 or something. That's the first time, I got touched by anybody.
No, we were in our 20s.
Maybe we were.
This is back in college.
All of those ages run together because we're so immature.
God, we're hot too, and we're young. We're still really, really young.
Okay, Chris.
Hey, we can talk about him.
That's true. He's fine. Chris D'Elia touched a bunch of... I'm kidding. No, he didn't. But if you're not following that, we don't have to really talk about it too much. But Chris D'Elia, if you don't know, we're a huge fan of his podcast. Yep. Not so much a stand-up, but his later stand-up.
That sucks, man.
But you know what?
I want to like it.
You know what? I don't feel bad for not liking his stand-up because I feel like his podcast is what he's more like in person, not his stand-up. He plays some weird character when he's doing stand-up, so maybe that... I don't know why, but anyway. So there were allegations against him for... and you are better spoken towards this kind of serious stuff, so if you want to take over, you can.
Well, all I want to say is there were allegations against him put out on Twitter, and here's the thing. With the day and age of social media, you can post anything you want to without any sort of fact checking or repercussions. And so a lot of people posted or several women posted little snippets of them talking to Chris D'Elia, and they were underage at the time. The only problem was this got released and everyone threw Chris to the fire.
It was one girl.
It was one initially, and there was a couple of different girls after that released some other stuff.
Yeah.
But then Chris's team released, so they only released part of the emails or the exchange that made him look bad. But Chris's team released the entire emails saying that there was one of the emails that said, like, they were going back and forth, and when her age came out, he said, oh crap, like I thought, he was like, all my shows are 18 and up. Right. So I figured since you were at my show, you were 18 and above, and the conversation stopped there. There was another one where she said her age and he ghosted her. He didn't say anything after. He just never responded? Yeah. So it's just, it makes things difficult when I want to be the guy now, after seeing all these kind of things and experiencing some things firsthand as well. When everything first came out about the allegations with him and underage girls, I didn't necessarily say it wasn't true, but I like to try to wait until all the details come out. And then a couple weeks later, when those emails came out, that's when I was like, okay, now I can make an informed decision. So I hope everything goes smoothly for both sides. I hope the girls that accused him, I hope they figure out what the heck. I don't know what they were trying to get out of this. Yeah. But I hope everything goes well. If Chris did something wrong and he was being a predator, then he deserves to go down for it. But if he didn't, and I don't know, but I'm leaning towards he just looks bad in all this. Yeah. Then I hope he's able to recover, because that it just sucks, because all someone has to do is say one bad thing and everyone runs with it. And unfortunately, it shows kind of the shallowness of some of his friendships in the comedy world, because a lot of people turned their back on Chris during this time. And then when the facts came out and the emails came out, none of the news sites or networks posted any of that stuff. Everyone loves to drag you down. No one likes to tell the full story. It's more juicy and you'll get more clicks if you slander someone's name than to go, oh no, never mind, sorry. Yeah. It's actually not as bad as it seemed. Like, no one seemed to really post the true story. And again, a lot of his friends kind of threw him, like, that sucks. And I would hate to be put in that situation like that.
So my opinion on stuff like this, I do want to say this. Like you said earlier, I completely 100% agree. If Chris is guilty of doing this against underage women, he should be punished somehow. But what came out, like, I hate being, because first of all, we are both white men. And when we take the side of another white man, it looks like we're being sexist, which isn't really fair. Yeah. So I do want to say this. If you have ever been sexually harassed by somebody, you could be over the age of 18 or under the age of 18, and it wasn't warranted and you did not want it, please speak up. People, if you have, well, I even say if you have evidence, but sometimes women get taken advantage of and they don't have evidence, which sucks ass, because a lot of times they don't really take the word of the victim, right? Unless they have evidence, which is shitty. And you see this all the time with celebrities just because of social media and shit like that. And there's a lot of allegations too going on. The reason why Mixer, the site, is being shut down, a huge reason, is because some of the streamers were openly flirting and quote unquote grooming, I guess is what it's called. Yeah. Underage girls that were watching their streams. They were taking advantage of their celebrity. So that is shitty, and stop being a creepy ass old dude.
So that was one of the reasons why Pax is jumping over to Twitch.
Yeah, because he wasn't out. He doesn't have any allegations, nothing like that. Pax just,
I didn't mean to lump him in.
Right.
I was just saying the reason why he was doing a bunch of streaming on Mixer.
Correct.
And now that Mixer's shutting down, he's switching over to.
Correct. So he switched to Twitch because since Mixer's shutting out, he still wants to stream. He has had nothing come against him, and I doubt that there is, because he's had a longtime girlfriend. So. Yeah.
So I want to say one more thing about that, and then we can move on.
I want one more little thing too after.
Do it
right now. Yeah, go.
So when you talked about if you've been sexually harassed or anything, speak up,
please.
And maybe we can get into this in another episode if we ever decide to do a serious episode.
I would like to.
But I know firsthand that it's not just women that get sexually harassed. I have been in a situation as well, and so I understand now more than ever that it's difficult to come forward when something's done against you and that person has leverage and power above you. It's hard to speak up when if you speak up, you're going to rock the boat, and you may disrupt the perks and some of the great things in life that you experience because this person has power over your life. But I'm very shameful to say that I didn't speak up in this certain situation. And I would like to think, and I would like to hope, if something like this ever happened to me again, that I would have the cojones to speak up, the gall, the vigor. I don't know why I said that the other episode.
It's a good word. It's a good word. It's a powerful word.
But speak up. I didn't do it, and I feel bad about it because I know that if you don't speak up, then that person will probably continue to do the same thing to other people. So use your voice, say something. Don't abuse your voice. But if something has truly happened to you, if you have been taken advantage of, or someone has done something like that against you, your voice now more than ever will be heard.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the day and age of social media and all that stuff.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say really quickly, if it happens, of course, yeah, like you said, speak up, because there are people out there that want to listen and they want to help you. Now, from what we've seen from Chris so far, all of the emails that he sent, he immediately says, and it's proven, and it's not, well, I don't know how they can prove it's not Photoshop, but I can only imagine. Don't lie for attention. Like, I know this sounds like I'm taking the side of someone who takes advantage of people, but if someone doesn't take advantage of you and they send something and you are consenting anyway, that's not fair. You're going to ruin this person's life. Chris has had to stop posting his podcast. He's had to stop posting on social media because he's trying to clear these allegations up, and it's been like over a month.
Yeah.
So what he does is he makes money from his podcast. Especially now more than ever because of COVID. Mm-hmm. So because
you can't do stand up,
right. Don't ruin someone's life. You don't have to. Okay. Like, just, I can't really, I should have written this down, but we didn't really plan on talking about this, but don't be a liar. All right. If something happens to you, come forward. But if nothing happens to you, I don't know how else to say it. You know what I mean? Just don't ruin someone's life if they don't deserve it.
Yeah. It's always a sticky subject to talk about because we don't want to make light of the real actual sexual assault and the allegations that happened, but there's a very fine line between the real allegations and then someone just making something up to get attention. Or if you don't like someone, it just stinks because there's not really a checks and balance of this kind of stuff. So if you don't like someone, you can say something about them. And when it comes to like sexual harassment, and you can immediately put them in jail. Like you can right then, if you reach out to the police or whatever, they will take them into custody before even having any evidence.
Yeah.
And then later they'll be like, oh, okay. And then they'll take that person out of jail, and then nothing will happen to the person that falsely accused. So that's one of the things. It's like, it's difficult. You got to try to walk that line between, you don't want to scare people away from saying, hey, this happened to me.
Right.
But you also don't want people to just openly make stuff up and not have any repercussions from making those things up. So walking that fine line of what's real, what's not. Because I guess if something really happened to you and you don't have a ton of evidence, then I wouldn't say anything, because if there was something
really prove it.
Yeah, and if there was like if you went to jail for falsely accusing someone and you don't have evidence, but they actually did do it,
Right.
then
Yeah,
you're
then
taking a risk.
Yeah.
You know. So, anyways,
we are lawyer. We studied law for about 6
we
years
know
each, so
what
we
we're
know
talking
exactly
about.
what we're talking about. No. Yeah, I don't know. We can talk about it more. Like, I would actually love to do a serious episode.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can do it, first of all.
I think you can.
I think I can. I feel like I was pretty serious. So,
maybe episode 25. This is 24. Maybe episode 25.
yeah, let's go get it. Let's go after it. Let's freaking
go after a
let's
couple different things.
fish for some seriousness.
Yeah, I'm down.
You know what?
We can talk about sexual assault, depression, anxiety,
Mental health,
mental health for sure.
all of
It's
that.
real.
It's Israel.
Is real. But let's talk about one of your favorite things to talk about. I feel like every week when Drew puts together a couple of things that he wants to talk about, there's always a shitting story in there. Somewhere. There's always a story about fecal matter. Because
Fecal matters. Touch me. We've never used that joke before in our lives. Oh,
Go
okay.
with it, man. What do you got? Because you haven't told me this story. I don't know this story at all.
Okay.
And that's one of my favorite things. Like, we know a lot about each other, but one of my favorite things is when we have a story that we haven't told each other, and the first time we tell each other is on the podcast, because their raw, real emotion or their raw reaction is alive.
It is really good. I like, because a lot of times I've told a story to Colton and he's heard it 300 times. That's
10-3.
Hey, Terminal 3. All right. So also real quick, I just want to say thank you to our homie Justin Gilly from the Rated JG podcast and his lovely wife Casey, who was actually on. Anyway, thank you for the shout out. By the way, it was very unexpected. I was listening to his latest episode.
Great.
And it was hilarious. It was him and his wife, and their rapport is a lot like ours. So I think we need to get married. It's legal now. And
who would you
more
say?
LGBT.
Who would you say you are, and who am I? Out of the two, if we're comparing the two,
you 100% are Justin.
I am?
You're well spoken. You keep me on track, and I feel like Casey and I are one and the same.
So you're saying Casey's not well spoken and she's all over the place. Wow, that
Sorry,
is
Casey.
really rude.
You are like me. You're loud. You're obnoxious. You distract your husband, aka Colton. You're technically my work husband, by the way.
No, for sure. That's not something new, though.
Anyway, yeah. So I was listening and I was like, I 100% am on the same wavelength as Casey.
For sure.
Because they were telling a story about how they went. So, first of all, happy anniversary. I know this was like last week. I think he said it was their 3-year anniversary. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry.
Remember.
I have ADD, and Casey, I'm sure you are right there with me. But anyway, they're on their either 3rd or 5th year anniversary. I believe it's 3rd. So
yeah, I think it's 3rd.
Okay, and they went to Austin just to get out, and they ended up seeing Brian Callen and Brendan Schaub do stand up.
Yep,
and
Fighter and the Kid,
Fighter T-Fat K, and they ended up seeing them at a like a diner. They were walking through I don't remember which town they were in. Anyway, so Justin and Casey were watching a show. They were watching Chopped, Snipped, Snapped. It's a sorry. Anyway, so they're watching a show.
Nip and Tuck.
Snip and I don't know. No, they were watching a show, and then how it's like getting a circumcision and then
right afterwards.
I feel like the doctor would say don't do that, but anyway,
can you get you can get circumcised as an adult?
I don't know. I was circumcised as a little kiddo.
Oh
yeah, you want to see?
Mazel tov.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no. Okay. So anyway, I was
no.
listening to the new Rated JG podcast. Go give them a subscribe and a listen. And they were watching a show, and Justin is watching the show, and he's like really into watching it. And then apparently Casey the whole time was like, "Oh my god, I love the show! Oh my god!" She was commenting on what was going on in the show, and just being very, Justin's words, obnoxious at the time. But he was being very husbandly and like, "Hey, you know what? I love your commentary, but I'd love to watch the show. I'm into it." That would 100% be you watching something, and me if it was something that I showed you.
Oh yeah,
you would 100% be like, "Okay," but I would also do the thing where if I know a part is funny, I would, before the funny part happens, I'd look at you and be like, please laugh, please laugh, please laugh. And then if you didn't, I'd be like, it's funny because blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah.
I gotta tell you. Also, that's kind of how we are when it comes to watching shows together.
Yeah.
Especially if Greg is there, because you and
Rip.
Greg are one and the same. We gotta talk about this at some. We definitely have to talk about that at some point. But there are times where we'll watch a show together, and I will either do it or want to do it. I will pause the show and be like, "All right, say whatever you need to say." A great commentary. I think it's funny.
Need to say.
Okay, now shut the up. Let's watch the rest of the show. Love you. I really hope you edit this.
Nope, not today.
I'm so afraid that I'm going to say.
Not even
And then you're not
gonna
gonna edit it out.
You know what? These wheels fell off at
hey,
5 minutes in.
these boots were made for walking.
And that's just what they'll drew.
One of these days, these boots.
Thanks for watching.
Damn it! I thought you were gonna finish it.
No, I wouldn't do that. That's
So,
too... Anyway, we'll go back. Anyway, Justin, Casey,
Greg.
love you guys.
Love you. Yeah.
Let's do an episode together.
Thanks for the shout out. And hey,
yeah.
maybe. So we initially said we want Justin on, and we do for sure. But maybe it'd be cool to have a roundtable of all four of us.
You think it'd be good for Casey and me?
That would be chaos. And I think Justin and I will be over here like, geez, man, can we? Hey, let's try to. We have an outline. Can we try to stick to it?
Maybe just give Casey and I one mic, so we have to take turns talking from it, or just like give us mics, but they're not on. That's like when
you'll have two mics. Only one of them is on, and you got to switch every 5 minutes.
We got to figure out which one is on, or they'll like take turns going on. So never mind. I'm stupid, and it's hot in here. Okay, so anyway, I got distracted. Casey probably would have done the same. So, Casey, you and I are best friends now because Justin is now best friends with Brendan and Brian Callen from TFATK because he made him laugh.
Also,
love you guys. And
those two have COVID now, so they have something in common with us.
Who?
Brian
and Brendan? They have COVID?
Brian and Brendan have COVID. So Brian
Casey,
Brian posted on his Instagram. Brian Callen posted that he got COVID. He got tested on Monday and then went down to San Antonio. And
that's where they were.
San
Antonio,
he
Austin,
thinks he is like 95, 100% sure that he got it in San Antonio. So he sent a message out to his fans saying, if you are in San Antonio, be responsible, get yourself tested. So Justin, you may want to get yourself tested. And I like the fact that he was like, hey, I definitely want to hang out with them and do an episode, but I also have this weird thing of not wanting to get COVID.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's strange. Why wouldn't you? It's been a blast.
Yeah, it's so fun.
We love it.
I wanted to end it all the whole time, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm laughing through the pain.
So Fighter and the Kid both have COVID-19.
Yikes.
So that's crazy.
Does Chin have Fighter?
Stevie does.
Which one's Stevie?
Is
that the girl behind the... Anyway, whatever.
I don't know.
So get yourself tested if you haven't. Wear a face mask in public, you fucking idiots. Anyway, so back behind us here, you guys know him. You guys love him. Colton Pettyjohn. And that's Colton Pettyjohn, of course. Our boy Greg, who's our other roommate. I almost said groommate again, like groomsman. Are you rubbing him?
Yeah.
I used to do that when he lived
good.
here. He looks skinny and
he's also, I think, 17 there. So that is inappropriate.
Maybe we should have talked about him before we talked about sexual harassment. Anyway, so that's our boy Greb and Gregorgeous, as we like to call him. Big rip, though. Man. We miss him.
We do.
And he came back as a ghost and set this in here. And he goes, hey, I got you guys a gift, and it's in the podcast room. And I was like, oh, I am scared. I am scared. Yeah. I don't like this.
Because here's the thing. So I love Greg to death, but
nothing good ever comes after you say, I love this person to death. But they're annoying as shit, and I never want to see them.
No. So Greg's sense of humor, I would say about 50% of the time is aligned with us. When we're hanging out and we're doing stuff together, we're normally. But there are things that he does that both of Drew and I will look at each other and be like, swing and a miss. That good. I mean, good try, and I don't hate you for it, but I don't think it's that's not funny.
That's when we say our classic, workshop that one a touch, bring it back to us later.
For sure.
Yeah. So he says, there's a gift in the podcast room. And I went, okay, well, this could go either way. This could be a swing and a miss, or he could hit a home run. Because he's usually on it and hilarious, or it goes, I wouldn't say over my head because that means it's too good. It would go, I would step on it. So he sets this in there, and we walk in, and I see a picture of him holding a bitch-ass football.
Dude.
And I start dying laughing, and Colton follows me in there, too. And
if you're not listening, or if you're just listening, you're not watching.
Yeah.
So on our background, and to be fair,
it's a big-ass picture.
At this point, you should know that every week, just about every week,
it's like the Mona Lisa. It's like looking at me.
Our table, we have this little end table right here, and just about every week we change out. We put something different on the table. We like to have a different background design or whatever. So sometimes it's a pop, sometimes it's a
or what have you.
Sometimes it's a trophy of Rookie of the Year when I was the best teacher in Red Oak ever. And they made a statue of me in front of the high school.
That's cool. We should do a podcast in front of the statue. That's definitely real.
Yeah, definitely real. But Greg put this out here, and I was like, because he goes, if you don't like it, if you don't think it's funny, you don't have to put it on the podcast. And we walked in, and I was like, we are putting this on the podcast because
we wanted to hang it up, but we're like, you know what? Set dressing.
The one thing that I'm disappointed in is this is the summer after he lost a ton of weight.
Yeah.
And he looks really good.
We want Fat Greg.
Fat Greg holding the football in between his legs about to snap it. Because he was a lineman.
I was expecting you to say you
him
want
naked with the football just covering his junk.
I don't know if there's a football big enough. You're welcome.
Oh.
His number is 214.
No, it's 68. His cell phone number. I'm sorry. That was... God, I'm an idiot. I'm so sorry. I hate it when I'm not on the same page as you. I try... I take pride in the fact of knowing where you're going with stuff, and then when I don't, I feel like a idiot.
Dude, you were so. No, his number is 68. Hey,
also, Greg,
remember?
Come on, 69.
Yeah, come on, man. What does that mean?
No, don't.
What is that? What is that? What's 69? This is the best episode we ever recorded.
I'm having a great time, honestly.
So
I'm gonna regret this in about a day and a half.
Yep. About 40 minutes ago, we talked about how I was going to tell a story.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is a story.
No. Okay.
About how my life got flipped upside down. So back when I was a young lad, I was
age of
consent. Yeah. No, I wasn't. I wasn't consenting yet. I don't know. I think I was maybe. I don't want to say too old because then I should have known better. So maybe I was like 8. Let's say that 8 inches. Years.
There's no way. So 8. Let's probably add 14 years to that. So
you were 20, 24. Is that right? Anyway, so I was 24 and. No, I was 8, I believe, and I was with my dad, my granddad, and my aunt. So my dad's sister. Shout out Aunt Jen. I believe she just got married to my Uncle Stan. So shout out to them. There's no way they're watching this. If you are, please turn this off because I don't want.
We've already said like 1,000 times.
I have only said. Maybe that would be 3 times.
How have I said it more than you?
Said what?
I don't know.
I like that headband. Anyway, so I was visiting them. I was probably around 8 years old, and they were looking for a new house because they just got married.
Okay.
And they
was it in Texas?
It was in Texas. Yeah,
okay.
It was in like Sherman Denison area. So
okay,
I believe maybe McKinney. Anyway, so it was in. It doesn't matter. So they were looking for a house because they just got married and they both made really good money. They worked like for, my Uncle Stan worked for Bank of America high up for a long time. So they were doing very well. So they were looking for a nice house, because my Uncle Stan had, my cousins, so 2 daughters in his previous marriage, and then they found each other. Love had happened.
Whoa,
and here we go.
He got divorced previously?
Yeah. Do you know anyone
Who
that's
the
done
hell?
Who has the...
would sin in front of the Lord and get divorced.
You would. Justin, you almost did. Justin, in case you're doing just fine, they haven't sinned yet.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. And so anyway, we were looking at model homes with their realtor, and so we went to probably 3 or 4 model houses. Now, as a kid, it's cool to go to model houses, right? Yeah. You like have fun. You have a good time. I was with my brother as well, I believe.
Real quick question. What's the difference between, I'm just ignorant to this. What's the difference between a model home and a real home? Is there any difference?
Real home people live in, so we couldn't go look in their house. So a model home is actually a real house. They do sell it, but it's like when they start a new neighborhood, they have two or three or four.
But do they have things that are just for show and they don't actually like work?
Yeah.
So they have
you are ahead of me.
Well, I was just thinking of do they have a fridge, but the fridge is not actually a fridge?
So like sometimes
it's a cabinet or some.
No, so they'll usually have appliances in there to make it look like it's a house. So when you go in, you can imagine what your fridge would look like, or that fridge if you.
But it probably is not plugged in, right?
Right.
You're wasting electricity.
Yes. Yeah. So it's usually the same with like sinks, toilets, bathtubs. They don't really run water, right? But in this particular model home, the water was running in for some reason, the bathtub ran because they ran it and the toilets would flush. Okay. There wasn't any toilet paper. They also had like rags or like bath towels. Mm-hmm. So they had towels on the thing showing you what towels would look like on a rack, which we know what the hell it looks like. Okay, so fast forward to like the last house of the day. And
so you guys been at this for a while.
We started at like 9 a.m. and it was at like 4 p.m. And I don't think brutal. I used the bathroom once during the day. Okay, so after
that's impossible for me, by the way.
I know you got a little baby bladder.
Yeah.
Don't like that. Anyway, so I, as the young kid, was like, you know what? I have to use the bathroom. I'll just go in the toilets. Well, they're running, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Didn't check first if there was toilet paper. You better catch them. Let's turn his mic off. Oh, I get it. The toilet was running. I don't really know. Anyway, so we were looking at this was like the 5th model home of the day. I was cranky because I was bored, and my brother was pissing me off, I'm sure.
Yeah, why would you take young kids to look at houses? That's not...
I don't know. Maybe they thought I would have a good time looking at eggshell white in comparison to seashell white, right? And I didn't. It sucked, right? So anyway, I'm bored as hell. An 8-year-old kid. What the hell am I supposed to do in these model homes? Sitting on all the couches, farting in every room, whatever. Mm-hmm. So at this point, I had farted so much, and I'm like, you know what? Something's coming out. So I'm like, you know what? I got to use the bathroom. And lo and behold, I was like, well, the toilets are running. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the toilet. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't a number 1. It was a number 2.
Of course.
Did not check if there was toilet paper before, because who does? Nobody does that. So I go...
That's also true. So that is something that you should probably get in a good habit of actually checking before. But like, you're right. I never think about it.
Yeah. But until you're done. You're like,
so I also do the same thing with like, I'm a dumbass, but like the same thing with when I take a shower. Mm-hmm.
Your towel.
Like 50% of the time don't have a towel, and so I'll have to like do that little like tiptoe across the bathroom to go. And luckily, I keep my towels in the bathroom, but like you guys have your cabinet outside of your bathroom, mm-hmm. where you keep all your towels, and so you would have to go outside to get a towel. So that sucks.
Yeah. Well, see, I take that point to show off what I got, you know. Hopefully there's people in the living room.
Is what I got.
An erection is what I got. Our EP comes out in 2 months. So anyway, little Drew goes to the bathroom, takes a number 2.
Little Drew?
I mean, he didn't shit.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, I go and I use the facilities, and I drop it, you know, the deuce.
Did your parents or did your dad / aunt, uncle know that you were going to the restroom?
No, I just assumed I'm old enough to use the bathroom. I'm just going to go. I'm like, hey, these toilets run, so let's do it, right? So I go and I pinch it off, and I'm having a good time pooping. That was the best fun I had all day. And I got to say, it wasn't a clean one, right? It was a little bit... Ladies, I am single. I just want you to remember that, okay? This might be why. It was a little bit sticky, you know? Where you definitely had to wipe. You couldn't just pull up and go, right? I hardly have those anymore.
I was about to say, I've never had a... I don't... Not never.
Those are the best.
I
when you go...
ever have a pull up and go.
I'm a
like
big
I said in the
kid
last
now.
podcast, I don't know how to freaking wipe.
So anyway, it was a sticky one, so I had to wipe multiple times. So I was like, okay, well, I have done the bowel movement. I'm ready to shib. And there's no TP. You've all been in this situation where you go, Linda, the toilet paper, please, or whoever the hell you're seeing, right? And so I look and there's nothing there, and I kind of open the door because it was kind of an enclosed bathroom. It was like toilet, sink, vanity, tub like this. It was an upstairs one for like a kid's bathroom, right? And it's like kind of compact. It was just a little like square rectangle. I guess it was more of a it doesn't matter. So I open the door and I look to see if my brother's out there, and I don't see him, and I'm like, dang it. And so I'm kind of like, well, what do I do? And I checked to see if the sink's running, and it wasn't. The sink was not running either. So I was like, the one downstairs was running. Oh, and so at this point, I'm like, what on earth do I do, right?
Wait, so were you afraid that the toilet wasn't running either?
Yeah, I was afraid the toilet wasn't running. And then I was afraid, well, how am I going to wash my hands if I have to, use my hands? So, Colton Pettyjohn, you already probably know
By the way,
is. Trigger warning. Go ahead.
I'm trying. Hold on, I'm trying. This stuff makes
you want to take your headphones off? Well, it won't matter
crazy.
because I'm right next to you.
No, but I've never.
Okay, all right.
I've never. No. So I've never. You've talked about it before. Maybe I don't think it's been on the podcast, but you've talked about wiping before with just your straight hand. I've never done that before.
As opposed to my gay hand.
Hello.
Hello.
But I've never done that.
Dude,
I've never done it with
my... It's liberating. It's liberating. Do it.
Just
do it
thinking
one day.
about it. Just
no,
thinking about it makes me want to throw up.
Yeah, well, don't do that because the water wasn't running there either. So at this point now...
throw up on my hand.
Sham. And then you got to, worry about cleaning two things up. Anyway, so at this point, because I had a flow going, the story was good, then you interrupted me like I interrupted
I've
your
never.
story. So here we go.
I apologize.
All right, so I can't turn it off. Anyway, so I look to the sink, turn it on, water doesn't come out. I'm freaking out big time. And I'm like, what on earth am I going to do? And I look at my hands, look at my right one, look at my left one. They're up in front of me like Ron Burgundy. No, the Talladega Nights guy. And he was like, well, I don't know what to do with my hands, right? So I'm like, I'm not going to use my hands. Uh-huh. So then I look up from my hands, and in front of me, there's a towel rack. And there are display towels.
Do they have?
Hold that note.
First of all, before I continue, did they have designs on them? Did they have like little fruits? Like, did they?
Oh no, they were white.
They were all white.
Yep.
Okay, so you looked up and you saw the towel.
So I'm looking for my hands, and I look up, and shining bright is a white ass towel, and my genius 8-year-old brain goes, "That's what I've got to use." Okay, you're good. So I grabbed the display towels. Boop. And I'm like, look, it's Nerf or nothing. So I grab the towel and I wipe my ass or butt cheeks. Mm-hmm. Actually,
were they quivering with fear?
They weren't. Well, actually, they were. I was kind of shaking because I didn't know what the hell I was supposed to clean myself with. And so I wipe with the towel, not thinking that, I can't wash these. Right?
Was it like that? Have you seen the episode of SpongeBob where he gets the it's Mr. Krabs and he gets the $1 and was it like that? Were you scrubbing in between your legs like
No,
this?
but I feel like I should have because it would have made the story better, so I'm going to add that.
Okay.
So, as I look up at the towel, I grab it and I go, "You know what? I remember this SpongeBob episode where Mr. Krabs flosses his asshole." So anyway, I wipe and I get it nice and clean, and I'm done, and I flush, and it flushes just fine. And I look at the towel and I'm like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do with this now? So do you want to know what I did with it, Colton? Give me the sound. Give me the sound. I hung it back up.
Oh! I thought you were okay. So I thought you were gonna say you were gonna try to flush it, but I think hanging it up is worse. Oh,
But,
are you serious?
Yes, but I hung it up so...
No. But is what you cleaned.
Well, the way I hung it up, it was on the side where it was... so you couldn't see
Genius.
what I did. So if you were the realtor for 1300 Sycamore Avenue... I am so sorry.
In Texas.
I hung it up and I was like, well, they'll never know it's me.
Yeah.
So 2 years later, we're going to go 2 years later. All right.
Fast forward.
I get a call from an unknown number or some number I didn't have. I didn't get a call. It was on my house phone.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "Hi, this is the McKinney Detectives Police Department."
Shut the
I'm kidding.
I was like,
Dude,
you waste time and resources on that?
Dude, imagine who found those towels and grabbed them, and if they grabbed them under, it went, and someone had to clean that up, dude. So if you are out there and you're a realtor and for some reason you're listening to this and you were the one that found a something covered towel in a show home, I am so sorry. How much do I owe you for the trauma that I caused?
I don't know why I thought of this, but when you said someone has to clean that up or whatever, it made me think of, so back in the day, probably about 2012, there was a challenge going around on YouTube / Facebook / whatever.
Vine, probably.
Yeah, Vine for sure. 2011, 2012, maybe even 2010, where they did the milk gallon smash.
Yeah.
So that was back when we both worked at a grocery store, I think.
Yeah.
Did you still work at Berkshire's at the time?
If it was 2010, oh yeah. Yep. I think that's why I was so mad at this challenge.
So this challenge was, if you haven't heard of it or if you haven't seen it.
Do you know who the Dobre brothers are?
No.
They're a really big YouTube channel, cringy as hell.
Of course.
I will show you their video and you will be so mad at how many subscribers they have. But they got famous from doing this challenge because I believe they made it up. But now they have over 15 million subscribers. Yeah. Yep. So fuck off, Dobre brothers. Okay,
And
go
we
ahead.
have
4,000.
4,000.
4,020. Cool. Thank you, guys.
Nice.
Hey, hit subscribe, please. You know you loved that story so much.
That was a great story, actually.
Send us towels.
That was really, really good.
Thank you.
Yes, send us towels. We'll hang them up on the... No, we'll use them. I'll use them. I'll Mr. Krabs it. So anyways...
I looked directly at your zipper because I thought it was open.
Whoop.
And I got... You know what?
See, that's one thing I don't really like about these shorts is for some reason this zipper flap always shows my zipper, so it looks like... Anyways, so back in like 2000, like 10,
2012. Yeah, we're good.
12,
we know the
11,
year. Go ahead.
35. So when we worked at Berkshire's, that's when the challenge, the grocery store, that's when that challenge got famous, and everyone laughed at it and thought it was so funny. And like the whole time, I was like, "That's not funny."
Yeah, sorry.
It's such a waste. So it's such a waste of product. Now
those cows worked hard.
Yeah, I was about to say, now that I'm more on the organic vegan train, not really vegan, but Jesus. I'm on more of the train. Like I like to drink like oat milk and stuff like that. I don't really drink.
It is better for you because our little tummies get upset.
Yeah, and it tastes good. It really does taste good.
Get some vanilla almond milk. Vanilla oat milk. I love that oat milk. You put some Oreos in it.
So good.
GMO, non-caged. I don't know. What was that?
Non-vegan? Vegan.
Is vegan Oreo? Oreo's vegans?
Nah, bro.
Keep going.
Not,
no one gives a shit about this podcast.
About this whole... So, if you haven't seen the challenge, basically you get 2 jugs of milk. You get someone
nice jugs on her.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Or him, I guess. You get 2 jugs of milk.
Me. I was trying to add something to it.
Do you know what a milk table is? Never mind. Keep going.
Is it when you lay on the table and there's...
Nope.
Oh, nope. I know what you're talking about. It's on... Have you ever watched Dave on FX? with Lil Dicky, his show, Dave?
I've seen the episode that you showed me, but I haven't seen all of it. I saw the one where he had J Beebs on. We talked about this on the podcast.
Love
before.
Justin Bieber.
Okay,
So
keep going.
anyways,
We only have a little bit longer.
So challenges you get. It's not a challenge. I hate the word. Challenge.
It was a challenge, quote unquote.
So you get 2 jugs of milk. Someone records it, and then you act like you slip and fall, and you slam them on the ground. So you slam the jugs
you slam
of
them?
milk.
I thought you just like chunked them up.
You either chunk them up on the air, but some people slam them on the ground, and they splatter everywhere. Milk goes everywhere, and then
you just leave.
it's mostly so. What you do is you do it behind someone's back, and then someone turns around, and you are on the ground going, as if you slipped and fell. And then the person's supposed to be like, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong?" So, basically, you're slamming milk on the ground, and you're making it go everywhere. And this is probably so old of me, even though I was only like 20 years old at the time.
Yeah.
But I was like, someone's got to clean that up.
Yeah.
And that someone probably could be me.
Yeah.
And I'd be so pissed.
Yeah.
If
the
that
people
happened in my store, because I'd be like, you're not funny, and now I have to clean that up.
So I saw a couple of them where they showed the end product so like they do it and then they'd act embarrassed and run away and be like, I'm sorry, and leave the store, right?
Yeah.
But one time, this was as like a bunch of people had done it, and someone did it, and the store manager saw him fall and saw him do it on purpose and goes, you are not leaving until you clean that up.
Heck
so
yes.
yeah, like instant karma. He was like, hey, you dumb little bitch, you are stopping and you are cleaning this up, and I think he even pointed the camera and goes, put that shit on YouTube or something. It was awesome. So I want to look that up and show you. But I remember just thinking the exact same thing. Like, that is so annoying. And also, you've heard of the challenge. It was not maybe a year or 2 or 3 ago where people would open up Bluebell and lick it and then put it back. F you. Why would you do that? You are so obnoxious. And I hope you die.
Okay.
Your hair, and it falls out.
And then that kills you.
And then you die from that.
So that's funny that you say that. Like, can you imagine that happening now with someone? So if I don't know this to be a fact, and I like to make stuff up. So call me out if I'm incorrect.
I would love to.
If you know that you have like AIDS or HIV and you knowingly pass it to someone else.
Why did you look directly at me when you said that?
Because you're... So, Jamie Ben, if you know you have... I'm like, who else would I look at?
He doesn't. He's perfect. He's the cat.
God, look at that hair. I mean, I know it's a...
She's dead.
Funko Pop, but they try to make her go to rehab
Jamie,
and she's dead.
Yeah. Jamie Ben is handsome.
Yes.
Even
Tyler
more
Sagan
attractive than
is
Tyler
better.
Sagan.
You
know
can
what?
go-
You know what?
You can go literally with all the tattoos on his arm. You can shove his fit. No. So.
No. I will say on that note, when I know you think Tyler Sagan is hotter, and at this moment.
And his hair looks like yours, so I'm just going to say that.
Yes. Did you see his latest post?
No.
He's got a headband.
Oh.
Dude.
So.
Me, Tyler Sagan. Okay, so I love hockey. I love Tyler Sagan. I love Jamie Ben. Let's go Stars. Anyway, I'm going to post a picture of Tyler Sagan because he looks hot as shit. What? Yeah. Ready?
Dallas Stars. I miss sports.
Me too. I just miss hockey. I miss basketball. I'm glad the baseball season is canceled.
It's not canceled, is it?
Damn it. Okay, yeah, sorry. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I have no idea.
You were saying something about HIV and AIDS.
But if you knowingly pass HIV or AIDS or whatever to someone else, I think you can get in trouble for it. Because if you know you have it and you pass it to someone else, you can get charged with like...
what on earth were we talking about before that?
Reckless abandonment. I don't know. But if you knowingly... Where was I? I was connecting it.
Dude, you pulled a me. You want to know what you were talking about? I have no clue. I'm going to be honest. No, because you were talking about... I think it was when I said licking the ice cream.
Yes. Thank you.
Touch me.
So if you knowingly, like if you had Corona and you licked like a ice cream and you put it and you knew that you had Corona and then you passed it to someone else, you should get jail time for that.
Yeah, you should rot in prison. And you should get non-consensually...
No, please don't say that.
I'm cutting that.
2 minutes to go. Do we have time for a dip story or no?
No, I want to spend some time on that story, but I do want to say
because we both have stories.
Yeah,
about
we both have stories.
Dipping cocaine.
Yeah,
Copenhagen. Sorry,
no, it was cocaine.
Oh, okay.
COVID-19. No, I do want to say this story because I told you about it. Back in the day because that's going to take too long.
That's fine. We got 2 minutes.
You know what? Hey. You know what? Hey. You know what? Hey. What is a fact that you told me earlier today? Do you remember? That was definitely a true fact, and it was amazing, and it blew my mind. I want you to tell me that again on the air so we can talk about it.
I don't remember what I said 30 seconds ago. You think I remember what I told you a couple hours ago? What?
I honestly just wanted to set you up so you could say something.
Dang it!
So you could be like, I remember what I said.
Did I tell you something? I'm pretty intelligent, and I spew a lot of facts.
Let's not go crazy. You hear what's in my throat?
Your hair is in my throat.
Let's just end it right now. Let's go drink some more, all right?
Hey, thanks again for watching.
Or listening.
No, if you listen,
you're a bitch.
You need to take your iPhone or Android and shove it right into your case and make sure it's protected. Because here's the problem. There's an epidemic going on. And I know people are saying it's COVID-19, but the true pandemic epidemic
Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Stupidity.
And breaking your phone.
Was that what you were actually going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say shattering your phone. By the way, knock on wood, I've had
that phrase. That. You know how many times I have said in my car, you know what? I've never gotten in a wreck. And someone goes, "Oh, you should knock on wood. Are you going to get in a wreck?" And I go, "I'm going to kick you out of the fucking car."
God. Well, I had a higher count before you just said, no, I probably still have.
You had a higher count? That sounds like you were bragging.
No, I'm not talking about.
Dude, I've so many bitches.
No. I've had sex with one woman. It was my wife.
No, you didn't.
R.I.P. in peace.
You're a virgin.
Actually, we didn't even have.
Is she dead?
No, she's not dead.
Hey, you know what, Christian girls, stop losing your poop. No, there's no way. Okay, look, we drank already.
You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com. I was gonna say one more thing.
Yeah.
What was I talking about? I was just saying something.
You said you should take your iPhone or Android and shove it.
Yes. So I have had a phone since I.
Okay, let's stop bragging. I literally said stop bragging.
No. So when I think when I got my first touchscreen phone, it was probably when I was about 20 years old.
Cool, man.
Probably.
That's
something like that.
Such a brag. Yep.
Since then, 20 to almost 30, I have yet to crack a screen on my phone. And I'm pretty freaking proud of that.
Dude, yeah.
Because I am
don't knock on
a
wood.
whirling dervish of a mess.
Whirling
and
dervish?
There's no way that should be. Like, I should have broken femurs. Let's just end this. I'm too far gone.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We are really random. Oh, those are beautiful shoes, by the way. Oh, no, let's show our right foot. No, you show this one. I'll show this one at the same time. Ready? We're gonna show what shoes.
Then you're gonna show how much bigger your foot is.
No, I'm not.
Mine,
I'm not gonna say.
Talk about how.
Hey, I'm not gonna say
size doesn't matter.
I'm not gonna say
but it doesn't.
The size of my shoe, which is a 13, and yours is a 7. I'm not gonna say that.
It's not a 7.
Oh, sorry.
It's an 8.
It's a 6 in men's. Okay,
no.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Shoe.
Shiz.
I'm wearing blues. They were $13 because I'm a bitch. Anyway, Colton, hey, thank you for joining me for this podcast. This is the Drew Bolden, with Colton Petty John hour.
I'm a part of this.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
People tune in for me.
Actually, they do because of your voice.
That's
all
not
right?
true. There's no way that's true.
That's Colty Petey, and I'm Drew Bolden. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. That's Colteezy. I'm Drew. Thanks. Bye.
Baby.
Baby.